Hey there, Rivermen fans. Welcome to another edition of Trudel's Take. I'm Jason Ruff, joined once again, and as always, by Rivermen head coach Jean-Guy Trudel. You sporting some Dunlap there, Jean-Guy?
Yeah, we the 10U, man, double A.
There you go.
Won the Super Bowl. JFL did a great job. Actually, my little buddy Lou Barry got a championship ring, so we celebrate. I was lucky enough to win one with the Rivermen, so we both had the bling-bling going for a few hours, and so I got to represent here on this interview.
Absolutely. Sport it, man. Sport it. Well, JFL is not the only team doing well right now. Rivermen, 3 wins out of their last 4 contests, 2 against Evansville here at home, split on the road against Quad City since last we spoke. How has this team been growing as of late, and what have we learned so far with this Rivermen group so far?
Well, we learned that the last 2 games we started on time finally, and I think we're starting to really see the way we rotate. The speed we play with, and I always believe you practice fast, you play fast, and I think everybody's buying in practice and the way we want to become as a team, because I always say the way we do as a team is fun hockey. We want the puck, and once we get the puck, we want to keep the puck, and we want to play really fast with the puck. So as a hockey player, that's the only way to develop. And, of course, when you move up to different levels and higher levels, you're going to have different roles. But right now, here in Peoria, with the players we have, we believe that we can be a puck possession game and have fun with that.
This Rivermen penalty kill, though, 4 straight games without allowing a power play goal against, and they've killed off some big-time penalties, especially on the road against Quad City. I know I've asked this before, but what is this team doing right? Is it just the buy-in? Obviously, Eric Levine's doing a wonderful job in net, but is it the buy-in of guys just playing a certain way on the penalty kill, or what is it that's enabling them to have success mirroring last year?
Yeah, there's 4 stages of penalty kill, and I won't explain it all, but I think we're playing extremely well in the 4th stage of the penalty kill. One-off, face-off, we're doing a way better job of boxing out, doing what we have to do to clear the puck initially. The neutral zone is extremely fast. Our in zone, we have the buy-in, and we're gaining momentum from our block shot and our triggers. And, of course, I always mention this, your goalie has to be your best penalty killer, and right now Levy's hot. I know his stats right now are not showing exactly the type of goalie, but since the beginning of the year, he's been outstanding. I just think the first 4 games of the year were very average defensively, and we finally kind of put it all together last weekend in Quad.
Well, there's one stat that he does have that is going to be very impressive. The all-time SPHL leader in terms of shutouts, Eric Levine's 14 career shutouts, lead any other goaltender in the entire history of the SPHL. And you know what's fascinating about this stat is because it snuck up on everyone, because Eric is one of those goaltenders. He just does his job, and he does it so well. It's routine. You don't really think about it until, wait a minute, all of a sudden, oh my goodness, he's one away, and all of a sudden he has it.
Yeah, he's more my type of person.
Yeah.
We don't celebrate those. I believe you should get 14 a year. So our expectation of each other as a coach, as a player, as when I was a player, unless it's an unbelievable record, we don't really celebrate, because I think he's that good that he should have. And I'm not kidding. I believe my goalie should have a shutout every single time, because my players should be playing the right way, and that's the way we do things here in Peoria. But just recognizing him is amazing, because I was actually talking to my boss, Bart, last night. Eric is an absolute gem when it comes as a person, as a teammate, as a goaltender, as a competitor, and I can't say enough. So I am happy he's got that record, but my standards for Levy is so high that it does not surprise me.
Right.
Of course, we're going to celebrate it, but Levy's just a phenomenal human being, and he way above his shutout record. Everything he does for this organization is just first class and absolutely outstanding.
And your records for your standards for everyone are so high. I remember last year when we had Alec Hageman's point celebration. He cracked into the top 5 all-time SPHL points. It's like, yeah, okay, he should get that.
Yep. My biggest line is he's supposed to.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way I see it. Last year, Bearsy had 80 points. MVP should. I mean, he's that good. And if he plays the right way and buys in, he should every single year do that. You know what I mean? So
right.
For me, of course, you want to celebrate, because you understand as a coach how important those players are for us, and you love them to death. But my expectation of my players, I always say, if you stay in Peoria for a while, that means you're a really, really good hockey player. That means you should be doing those things all the time. And I think that mentality is starting to spread right now throughout the team.
Because the expectations are so high in Peoria.
I think the expectations, just human nature-wise, as a coach, I think if you don't have that, you'll never be a really good coach. You should expect guys to be absolutely outstanding every single game, and you should demand that. And that's what I think guys are starting to buy. And for young guys coming in this organization, it's a little different at the beginning because, like I said, we demand a lot. But you should, out of yourself, if you're a professional athlete, you should want to be the best, and you should expect yourself to score 3 goals one game and not even like, oh, Corey, yeah, I'm happy, but I should be doing this every single day.
Very quickly, Jordan Ernst coming back to the Rivermen this past weekend. What do you think his presence will do for this team impactfully, offensively, going forward?
I think his impact goes a lot of different ways. I think Ernie, for a big body, is a great skater. So I don't like, Ernie got so much better last 2-3 years defensively on his rush D, buying in for the team, and I think he's maturing into becoming a leader also. I think when I got Ernie a few years back, he was a young, little. I don't like the word cocky, but he was a little, and
firecracker.
Firecracker. I think now he's more in mode of, okay, I understand hockey's not forever. I want to be a great leader. I want to bring more than just a few goals here and there. And I think the first weekend he kind of saw, okay, I haven't played in a while. Let's get going. And I always love players that every single practice, every day, they're asking questions, and the right questions. Not the selfish questions, but the right question. How can I help the team more? What can I do to make sure the team has more success? And Ernie's one of those guys that he's just going to keep growing.
Last question for you, Guy, before we let you go. Obviously, the Rivermen on the bye this weekend before they've got a big down south road trip. 2 against Knoxville, 1 against Huntsville. How beneficial is this break going to be for the Peoria Rivermen, and what do you want your team to take away from this break going into a tough road stretch?
2 phases. 1, as a coach, you never want to break. 2, as a coach, you understand that mentally, physically, I started that about 4 or 5 years ago. I give 3 breaks a year, and I believe that if we demand so much when they're in Peoria, mentally and physically, at some point, they need a little rest also. So I believe in those 3 breaks. We have 1 November, 1 at Christmas, and 1 late February this year. And they have a chance to go home, see friends and family, decompress a little bit. But I always say during those breaks, when you're in Peoria for a while, you become a competitor. And the competitor in you is going to start thinking about every single thing that you did well, not so well, and what you have to get better. And when they come back, they're not only fresh mentally, physically, but they also had a chance to kind of sit down and reevaluate what we were all talking about, our rotations, everything else. And they come back, I think, a little hungrier and wanting to. And then you look forward to something. So then you know your next break. So we always talk about, okay, now we have 6 weeks of all-out work. We put in the work for 6 weeks. We try to bring in as many wins as we can. I'm giving you guys another break. So you're always looking forward to something instead of just saying, okay, I got to grind it down again. I got to grind it down. You know what I mean? So there's things you have to, and as a coach, I felt like it worked really well. And even if you lose a game or 2 because of it when you come back, I believe in the long run it's really beneficial for a team, because even when we get in the playoffs, well, we've just been here for a month. We just had a break a month ago, and now we're just here, so we're ready to go, and we're always fresh.
Well, we look forward to breaking down that upcoming series, Rivermen on the road after this following weekend in Knoxville and Huntsville. We'll talk to you about it again next week on Trudel's Day. Guy, thanks so much for your time.
Sorry about making you come all the way to the other ring, buddy, today. Appreciate you. I appreciate you.
Hey, to talk to this man, I will go through hell itself.
Thanks, buddy.